What do you want to know about rose quartz? Today we're going to have an overview on rose quartz crystals, its meanings, answer your top 5 questions about the stone, and at the end I will reveal if you are somebody who could benefit from rose quartz properties. My name is Sheila Satin and I'm one of the owners here at Satin Crystals, and today let's start learning about rose quartz. What is rose quartz? So rose quartz is a pink form of quartz. However, rose quartz is only found in a massive formation, meaning that it comes in kind of a lump or a nugget like this, rather than quartz, which can form in a lot of different crystal shapes. So here is natural quartz, and you can see all the nice crystal points. If this was pink, that would make it a pink quartz and not a rose quartz. And pink quartz is very, very rare, so it's not very common to see, and you will definitely not see it in jewelry form. Rose quartz, on the other hand, is very common, and it varies from a very pale whitish pink all the way to a deep dark pink. And the color of rose quartz, actually there's two different theories. So for years, mineralogists have said the color comes from titanium, manganese, and iron. And then recently they did a study, and now they say that the color comes from a pink dumortierite mineral, or something similar called DD dumortierite. The top 5 questions we are going to answer today are: what are the healing energies of rose quartz? How do you use rose quartz to attract love? How do you know if your rose quartz is real or dyed? How do you clean or cleanse rose quartz? And where does the star in star rose quartz come from? What are the healing properties of rose quartz? So rose quartz is the ultimate stone of love, unconditional love. So healthy relationships, great friendships, self-love. It is a soothing, comforting, nurturing stone for those who are going through grief, emotional traumas, heartbreaks. Rose quartz is great for that. It is also a great crystal for seeing the beauty in all things. So a lot of times we go through our lives with our heads down, our eyes closed. With rose quartz, it helps you to open up and have rose-colored vision of the world around you, so you can better appreciate and have gratitude for all the small things in your life. How do you use rose quartz to attract love? So as we said, rose quartz is the ultimate stone for love energy. So just having it in your space or on your aura is great for calming your own energy, to enhance self-love, and thus attract love to you when you are feeling very comfortable with yourself. Now there's a lot of different ways where you can use your rose quartz crystals in your healing practice. I'm going to show you a few here, and then you can head on over to the rose quartz article on Satin Crystals and you'll find a lot more ideas. First of all, you can place a large rose quartz sphere in the center of your space. So rose quartz spheres, they emit equal amounts of energy through all the sides. So that's what's great about crystal balls for the center of any space. In this case, it'll emit the rose quartz loving energy for tranquility and peace and harmony throughout your room. Rose quartz hearts are perfect for your chakra balancing rituals. So these are nice and flat and polished and yet still substantial. These are puffy rose quartz hearts. They can be placed directly on your heart chakra to better give and receive love energy. Rose quartz hearts are also the perfect gift for anybody who you want to show your unconditional love to. So pick out a nice rose quartz heart and that will say it all for you. You can use rose quartz pyramids for your love manifestation rituals. You can hold them during the rituals. You can even place written manifestations and place the rose quartz on top of it for continued reminders of your goals. Rose quartz is an excellent beauty tool. It's been used for centuries, since the ancient times, for beauty routines and soothing the skin and the energies. So this is a rose quartz facial wand, which you can use for self-care, as this is a very, very important part of love energy and attracting love. You can program your rose quartz figurines to be your artistic muses. As we said, rose quartz helps you to appreciate the beauty in life. So whether you're pursuing music or the arts or the theaters, have your little rose quartz friend by your side, and this will enhance and focus you on what you are trying to achieve. Now, how can you tell if your rose quartz is real? So lucky for us, there's not a lot of synthetic rose quartz on the market because it's just not worth it, considering that rose quartz is so abundant and easily available. However, sometimes you will find some vendors calling a pink dyed glass rose quartz, which obviously you want to know the difference. So some ways to tell is that real rose quartz will have a lot of natural inclusions and veins and kind of a cloudy look. It won't be super clear. If it's very, very clear and pink, it's probably glass, or it could be pink quartz. But as I said, that is super rare, and that would be very, very expensive, and usually they don't polish that. That is usually just sold as natural specimens. Another way to tell if your rose quartz is real is that rose quartz has a hardness of 7 on the Mohs scale of hardness, whereas glass is a 5. So rose quartz will scratch glass. Glass will not scratch rose quartz. If you have a steel knife, it will not scratch rose quartz, but it will scratch the glass. And lastly, glass sometimes has those little bubbles, like when they're blowing the glass, it forms little bubbles inside. Well, rose quartz will not have the little bubbles, so that's an easy way to tell. How can you tell if your rose quartz is dyed? So whereas there's not a lot of synthetic rose quartz because of the price, there is dyed rose quartz because the pinker it is, the more attractive it is to some customers. So recently I bought some beads from a new vendor who said that their rose quartz was all natural. When it did arrive, I was a little suspicious because I did see the pools of pink coloring within the little cracks of the beads and the hole of the bead. So I placed the rose quartz beads into some acetone, which is a nail polish remover, and eventually the liquid did turn pink. So that's how you know that there is dye in it. So if you're buying the rose quartz and you know it's dyed and you're fine with it, that's okay. But make sure if you are buying natural rose quartz that you're buying it from a trusted vendor. Otherwise, you are not getting the real thing. So I'm gonna give you a little demonstration on how these dyed rose quartz beads will bleed out their pink color in acetone. So I did previously soak these beads in the acetone on the first round. So the color is not coming out as quickly as before, and there's not as much dye left, but there's a little bit of pink. I'll show you the picture of the one I took on the first batch so you can see it more clearly. How do you clean your rose quartz? So physically, you can clean rose quartz in water. And a lot of people like this method. You can either soak it in the water or you can just run it under tap water. You can use a little soap if you want. You can use a little scrub brush to clean out the little crevices and cracks because dirt does tend to accumulate there. Energetically, you can cleanse the rose quartz. It is an earth element stone, so it loves to be in the earth. So this is a good way to charge it as well. You can just bury it in soil or sand or dry brown rice. You could also charge it under the moonlight. So this gives it the yin, psychic, feminine energy infusion. And we have a lot of ideas in our cleansing video and articles, so you can find out a lot more things you can do if you don't prefer the water or the earth methods. What causes the star in star rose quartz? So star rose quartz has a very mesmerizing phenomenon called asterism. And asterism is like a star effect. It is caused by the rutile inclusions within rose quartz, and it kind of creates a ray. So depending on the angle of the light, and you want to place a direct light on it, a flashlight or direct sunlight, move the stone around and you'll see these rays dancing upon the surface of the stone. So it's kind of like in tiger's eye where you have the chatoyant iridescent effect. That is what the star rose quartz pieces have. So unfortunately you can't see it here, but I will link to a video where we do show you the stars in star rose quartz. Are you somebody who could benefit from rose quartz properties? If you are seeking the ultimate stone of unconditional love, then rose quartz is it. If you are looking to open and balance your heart chakra, use rose quartz there. If you are looking for healthy relationships to attract beneficial soulmates, then use rose quartz. If you want to create a space of tranquility and peace, place rose quartz all around. If you're somebody who's attracted to the sweet pink colors of rose quartz, then of course this is the stone for you. If you are ready to let go of emotional traumas, let go of the past and move forward into a loving world, use rose quartz. And if you are somebody who wants to better appreciate the beauty in this life, in the little time you have left, use rose quartz for sure. Those are the answers to some of your top questions on rose quartz. We have a lot more questions and answers at the Satin Crystals Rose Quartz article. While you're there, join the VIP club for crystal healing information throughout the year. Please do subscribe and like our videos so we can continue bringing you a lot of gemstone information. As always, thank you for your positive energy here at Satin Crystals, and thank you for spreading the light into our world.